Well, welcome back to the channel. The last few days I've had people ask me, what is it like living full-time in an RV? How did we get here? And what does it cost? I thought, since this audience of this channel are a little older, my age, a little younger, a little older, maybe you're ready to retire, you're thinking about it, maybe you already retired, and you'd like to know a little more about it. I thought I would make a short video and explain it to you how we got here, what it cost, and how we are actually living as work campers quite cheap. It's not expensive the way we're living now. It was before we discovered work camping. But here's how we got started. We lived in Hot Springs, Arkansas, in a beautiful home right there on Lake Catherine, and just an absolutely gorgeous home. We were buying the home, and one day we decided that we wanted to do something different, and we started watching YouTube channels about RV living. We decided we wanted something we could live in, like a small apartment, and that would be a Class A, which we have right now, a 2016 35K Fleetwood Bounder. But anyway, we decided to live full-time. We put the house on the market. We sold the house quite fast, actually, and we started living full-time in an RV. We ended up in Florida, and Cindy's working for an urgency express care medical company. She's a nurse practitioner, advanced practice nurse, and she was working as one of the care providers there. And then when COVID came along and it got into the fact that everybody had to be vaccinated, suddenly they wanted her to be vaccinated, and so she just quit the whole thing altogether and retired. So we're both retired. We live on retirement income. So now we're full-time travelers for these last 5 years, full-time RVers for the last 7 years. And we were paying a lot before we discovered work camping. We were paying a lot of money for RV parks, as much as $1,400 a month. And then we were traveling, like every few days we'd travel to another place and another place, and we were spending a heck of a lot of money on gasoline and just constantly moving, seeing the country. Yes, lovely, wonderful. We've been all over this country, at least all over the West and the Southeast. What does it cost us? Well, let me tell you what it doesn't cost us. It doesn't cost us real estate taxes. We don't have to pay for garbage removal, trash pickup. We don't have to pay for water. We don't pay for electricity. We don't pay POA dues. In fact, the only bills we have are the reoccurring bills, and that would be Wi-Fi, automobile and RV insurance, that sort of thing. We can go anywhere we want to in this country, the lower 48 and all the way to Alaska if we wanted to. And we think about doing that. Cindy works 24 hours a week. We get our site, we get free water, electricity, our dump, and all hookups, that is. It's not free, you work for it, but you know what I mean when I say free. It's no charge, no extra charge. We can go anywhere we want to in this country and live without paying out-of-pocket expenses. Our expenses is going to be our labor, our work, and that is what the exchange is for. Not money out of pocket, but work. If you want to know how we got here, I'm going to tell you what we did. We went and bought a Class A RV. It was a Winnebago Adventure 35Z, a 36-footer. The disadvantage of having a Class A is they're big and they're heavy, and you're limited in where you can go with them, and all of that, they use a lot of gasoline. Ours gets about 6-7 miles a gallon, y'all, and you know what gas costs now. And so, but that's a choice we make. That's a choice that we make. But you don't have to live in a big RV like that. You can live in a travel trailer. There's a lot of people who tent camp, and we've seen a lot of that, and they're very happy. There's people who live out of their minivan They live out of regular sized vans. They live out of their vehicles. They live out of their truck campers. And there's Class C, there's Class B, and there are many ways to live as a full-time RVer. How we got here was this. We decided to buy the RV, in which we did. We bought it and we took it home. We knew we wanted an RV, whether we live in it full-time or not. Then Cindy decided to transfer to Florida from Arkansas, Hot Springs, Arkansas, to Florida. We thought, prime opportunity, we can live in this RV at an RV park, and that's exactly what we did. I got a chance to live on the Indian River, the international waterway. It cost us $900 a month to live on the international waterway, and I got video to prove it. But anyway, and so that was the beginning of our adventure. She would go to work and I would stay home and take care of all the cooking and cleaning and shopping and the pets and so forth. But in order to make that move, we had a house full of stuff, S-T-U-F-F, and that's what it was. Stuff can be a burden to you. It really, really can. We had 2 giant black bags of just photographs alone. Photographs that nobody ever wanted. Photographs that we never looked at. They just sat there in the storage for years and years and years. And did any kids want them? They didn't want them. They got their own photographs. So we ended up packing them up. Honestly, we did this. And we tossed them. We threw them away. Nobody wanted them, and how many times can you go back and keep looking at a photograph? So it's all up here anyway. We got rid of all of that. We started selling things. We started giving things away. When it came close to moving date, this couple came who you could tell that they were really trying to get by. They were newly married, and they wanted something. I forgot what it was they wanted, but it was something they needed a trailer to haul off. I think it was a lawnmower, riding lawnmower or something like that. I had all that stuff, y'all. I mean, generators, lawnmowers, welding machines, everything like that. And we just started saying, oh, here, how about this? You need this bed mattress? You need these bed springs? Hey, do you have a hoe, a rake? You need some water hose? Do you need, how about this? You know what, you need this, you need that. And we loaded them up and they paid for that one item. We started giving things away, selling everything, and right at the end, we just started giving all these good things away. We just gave it away, and I missed not one single item of it. Nothing. I had generators, ride lawnmowers, push lawnmowers. Oh my God, I had everything you can think of. I had all that stuff. I had accumulated, and it's just stuff. And what I've discovered is that if you get rid of all your stuff, you'll find how little you really need. And that's the point of this video, I think. If you want to be a full-time RVer, a full-time on-the-road traveler, you can do it. But you got to be willing to let go of stuff. You got to be willing to get rid of all this stuff that you've accumulated. We had a garage full of stuff. You could only get one car in the garage. I had every tool in the world you could think of. I had an attic full of stuff that I never even used. I had clothes and furniture and stuff. We had this big house, and we lived in basically 2 rooms. In the den by the wood-burning fireplace, and I do miss that, incidentally. But I can live without it. And the kitchen and the bedroom. And that's basically it. All that other space, all the 2 extra bedrooms and the living room, no one ever lived in them. That's it. We lived on the front porch and the places that I just told you. It's 2 bedrooms. Guess what happened to them? They became storage units. Years and years packed full of stuff that we never will use again. all kinds of stuff you can think of. We got rid of all that. We cleaned that house up. We painted and we sold it mighty quick like. And we took the proceeds and we put it in the bank. Now, that's how we did it. And now we are both, Cindy will be 70 coming up, I'm 77. And we are going to be living full time as work camper. You can do this if you want to, but you got to be willing to take that step. And in fact, that's what Cindy and I did when we bought our RV, our 36-foot, 20 big old motorhome. We parked it in the driveway, and our first trip in it, we spent in our driveway. We stayed all night. We boondogged in our driveway just to see what it was like, and that helped us a lot to know what we needed and what we didn't need. I'm just talking to the people who want to change in their life, and I'm telling you something. We have been all over this country. I have seen so much. We've been to 4 national sand dunes. We've been to almost all the national parks. Well, quite a few of them anyway. All over. We have seen bison. We get up buffalo. Get up and they're right out our front door. So I want to thank you very much. Keep following the channel. Subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. I hope this information helps you. Just know this, that you can do it. Cindy and I just jumped into it, not knowing if we'd like it or not. But that first night, boondocking our driveway told me something, and that was this. This is the life for you, Jared and Cindy and Scooter. This is the life for you. You take care. Subscribe if you wish. I hope you do. Give us a thumbs up. Leave a comment, dadgummit. I want you to do that. And we'll see you next time. I'm working on a really great video.